What up, YouTube? Bonza here, back with another video. And yes, I know it's been 6 months since I've done a YouTube video, and this setup right now looks really rushed. That's because it is, because I just saw what might become my favorite show of 2025, and I just couldn't help but get on here and talk about it. And that show is MurderBot. So I'm not going to give a review of any kind whatsoever because I really don't want to spoil the show for you guys. I want you guys to check it out yourself and watch it. So I'm just going to talk around the bush and try to give you guys an idea of what it is, and you guys can feel for yourselves whether or not it's something you want to check out. So, firstly, what's the genre of MurderBot? It's essentially a sci-fi show, right? But I wouldn't just recommend this to sci-fi fans. That's because it manages to find a way to meld together two other pretty great genres in a way that like it just sort of nails the interweaving of these two different genres, and that's the comedy genre and the mystery genre. Now, it's not the biggest comedy. You're not going to get the hardest laughs from it. It's not the biggest mystery. It's not the most confusing Sherlock Holmes stuff. But there's enough going there beneath the surface of the usual sci-fi plot that is sort of really intriguing, and it just sort of took me off guard because I watch a lot of shows that are in the sci-fi genre, right? And they usually sort of like they land in a certain way and then they sort of have misses here and there, and there's like this cringe involved and stuff like that. But like even when the cringe happens in this show, it's part of the show. It's not cringe accidentally cringe. It's cringe because they wanted it to be cringe because it serves a certain purpose for the character, and it's like character development. And it's like it's so rare to find these gems in the sci-fi genre where they nail it. They're trying to do something and they actually nail it. They actually make like something funny, right? It's not like stupid funny, right? And like I was also worried about like woke nonsense and stuff being in this show, and like there's definitely like some hippie communist stuff going on, but like none of that stuff's preachy, and like at the same time too, they don't insult it too much too. So if you are into that kind of stuff, you're not gonna feel too bad. And it's just like the way they weave all of that stuff together is like, yeah, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's very close to it. So like, yeah, I see. So the most negative thing I can say about this show is that the music doesn't stand out. Think of it that way. That's another indictment to the show, is that the worst thing I can say about the show is that it doesn't have a catchy tune that I can remember, right? All of my other favorite sci-fi shows did, like Expanse and so on, but like this one, no, it doesn't. So like that's a failing, right? But the failing is that it doesn't stand out. The failing is that it's meh instead of bad. And we've been getting so much slop these days from Hollywood that like when something that's at least a very good solid hit comes out, that's maybe not the biggest hit, but it's like a hit at least, you gotta offer them praises. So I gotta praise Apple for making this show. I think it's great. And if you're out there right now and you're looking for something fun to watch, even if you're not a sci-fi fan but you just want something that's interesting to watch and sort of like a good way to pass the time, I would totally recommend Murderbot for you guys. It is a great show. So yeah, so with that, this is Bonsai signing out. Catch you all later.